Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to see how we can connect multiple SharePoint lists into a Power BI report. As of my knowledge, there are two ways to do that. First of all, you can connect to each of the lists separately and then merge them in Power Query. Or there is also another way where after connecting to one of the lists, you can go back some steps, because Power BI will automatically do some steps for you. You can see them on the right hand side immediately after connecting to that list. You can go back those steps and then you can choose multiple lists, which you can then directly merge. Enough of the theory, let's take a look how that works in practice. But first, if you like the video, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up and that you subscribe to the channel. Have fun. Before jumping to Power BI, let's take a look how the lists are created. No? So we have here in the same SharePoint site, that's important, same SharePoint site called Project Management, three similar lists. And the one is called Teachers 2 and 3. And they are built the same, so the structure is the same of the tables. The only difference is that of the data. So we have here ID 1, 2, 3, 4 is missing, 5, 6, 7. We have on the second list, the first two are missing, 1 and 2. Then we have from 3 to 7. And on the third list, we have the other way around. We have everything until number 5, 6, and 7 are missing. So this is how the structure is built. And let's take a look now how we can bring this information into Power BI. So here we are in my Power BI desktop application. I'm going to click to get data and then at the bottom more. And this will allow me to select the online services, the SharePoint online list connector. This will load now the URL prompt, and then I'm going to say, Control V and then paste that over there. What you need is the whole root of your SharePoint site. So not only just the SharePoint name, .sharepoint.com, but also sites and then the site name. Otherwise you will not be able to see all of your tables. Click OK, and this will load the navigator where you can select the tables. And as we saw on my case, we have these three tables here, Teachers 2 and 3. And instead of selecting load, that will just bring the data into my Power BI model, I'm going to say transform data. And this will fire up Power Query, which we can make a little bit bigger in a second. Yes, and as you can see on the left hand side, we have our three tables that we just selected. So this is one of the ways on how we can do that. And if you want this data to be together, then what we can do is we can merge them. So at the home section of our Power Query, we have here at the top the merge queries option. So we can either merge everything here, which means I am at the table number 3. I will merge table number 1 and 2, so Teachers and Teachers 2. I will merge them all in table number 3. That's something you can do if you are sure that you don't need this table in this format anymore. But if you want to make sure that you still have your original tables as they were, and you can and you want a new one, you can say merge queries as new, and this will now open this merging editor, and you can here select which tables you want to merge. So you can always merge two tables with each other. So we're going to start with Teachers number 3 and Teachers number 2, and you need to select a primary key. So I'm going to select the ID here, and as you can see, it says 3 out of 5 rows from the first table because the join kind is being selected here. But if you say left outer, you will get all from the first and matching from the second. We want all rows from both, so we're going to do a full outer, and this will bring all rows from both into one table. So I'm going to select OK. And as you can see here, we merged Teachers 3 and 2. Teachers 2 has 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and Teachers 3 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So what happens now, 3, 4, 5 is the ones that have been found in both. No, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. And this one is null. because it has not been found in both, which is the number 6, I assume. 2 and yeah, and we have here also 1 and 2, because number 1 was and 2 was in the table number 3, but not in table number 2. So this is now stuff you need to deal with, no? Because when you're joining them, they need to find these primary keys on both of the tables so that this works. And then you start, if you want to join more than that, you start working with more complicated stuff. No? So now we need to merge this number 1 with the first table. So this is something you can do if you know what you're doing, and if you want to have a little bit more control and to edit these merging options. But there's also another way. Let's take a look how that works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this table that we just created. I'm going to delete also these tables here, number 3 and number 2, because with this way you don't need to select all the tables. What you can do is you could just select one of the tables in your SharePoint site, and here on the right hand side we have this source and navigation step, which is done by Power BI after we selected the table. No? Which means it from the source it navigated to that table. And what you can do is we can remove that navigation step. So here we have all the tables that are in our SharePoint site. And we can see here our teachers, teachers 2 and teachers 3. So what you can do is we can filter everything else out and select our 3 tables. Select OK. And now we end up with our, with all of those 3 tables, but inside of one table. As you can see on the left hand side, it's inside this teachers query. What I'm going to do next is, because I don't need all this information here, I'm going to say choose columns, and I'm going to keep the title and the items. Why? Because the title is the name of the table and the items are all the values, all the data. And that's also a table inside of that row. So now I can go on and say here expand and give me the ID, the title, so it's somewhere over here. Oh no, never mind, it's called last name, first name, I forgot. So ID, last name, first name, subject and school ID. So then we have subject and school ID. I don't want to use that column name as a prefix. Otherwise, I would say items.id, items.last name, and so on, and select OK. So this now has brought me all the information from those 3 tables into one table. So you can see here from the teachers list, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. And we can double check on a teacher, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 items. ID 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. And the ID is 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. And the same for the rest of them. This is teachers 2 and this is teachers 3. And if you don't want duplicates, like in this case, we have here ID number 1 being in teachers and ID number 1 being also in teachers 3. You can go on and say, okay, right click on the ID column and then say remove duplicates. And this will eliminate all the duplicates and leave you only with the ones that you need. But as you see here, the teachers from table number 3 have all been removed. Let's go back one step and we'll see that number 1 is in teachers, number 2 is also in teachers, 3 is in teachers 2, and so on and so forth. That's why the table number 3 was completely unnecessary in this case, because the IDs already exist. If you want to remove the duplicates, if you don't, then you can leave it as it is, and then you have all the data from multiple lists inside of one table. And then you can go on and work with this one. That's it. I hope it helps you. I read this request in one of my videos as a comment and wanted to give it a try and make a short video. I hope it helps. If you did so, please make sure that you give it a thumbs up. It will help the channel grow, and also subscribe if you like. It doesn't cost anything. Have fun and see you on the next one. Bye.